What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In today's video, we're hopping into the Undead Iron Fist with issue number 2. Now, if you don't know what's been going on, I highly recommend that you check out the first issue. But to briefly catch you up, we have Danny Rand that has returned to the land of the living, but for a limited time, as we watch the Iron Fist banner burn. This is his time limit. Once that banner is burned up, Danny's back to the underworld. There is one villain at the heart of all of this. He waits for him at the Rand building. So this is a mad dash to take down the one that has lied to all of them. And soon, the secrets of the Iron Fist are going to be revealed. So our story starts us off with Danny Rand just booking it through Soho. His time is dwindling. This would be so much easier if he just had to run across the city. But there are creatures known as wraithlings. These are kind of like demons that are possessing people across the city. Their mission: stop Danny Rand. Now in this, they refer to Danny Rand as the Ghost Fist. He is the Iron Fist of the Undead, and it appears that only Danny Rand can see these wraithlings' true forms, the monstrosities that they actually are. While Danny battles them on these rooftops, what we see is the actual person that is being possessed. Danny's hitting them so hard, he's knocking the possession straight out of them. While battling one of them, this woman, she falls from the rooftop, and while she falls, she's caught. And we have the arrival of the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. To really understand what's been going on, we have to jump back months ago. We have to go to the underworld. We have Orson Randall. This is the Iron Fist prior to Danny Rand. Now, Danny Rand here in the underworld, he has no idea what the hell is going on. But Randall tells him, I know you have a lot of questions. But we're going to start this off by me telling you, there's a new chapter that was left out of the Book of the Iron Fists. A chapter that you never heard of. A chapter that was kept from all of us. So Randall goes on to explain what's really going on here, and we pick back up in New York. We pick up with Danny just unleashing some power. His twin bull punch, his stampeding gazelles, the rays of Ra. Danny lets loose. Every minion, every demon, every possessed individual getting knocked back. But their chi is going to eat away at both his time and his soul. As we see, the banner is roughly about halfway. He's got to save as much power as he can for the big event, for the main fight. He doesn't want to waste too much time on all of these little minions. This is where we have the arrival of Daredevil. And Daredevil's like, I don't know how you got the city so riled up, my dude, but even if they're mind-controlled, you can't go around beating up ordinary citizens as if they're superpowered criminals. As Daredevil really tries to get a beat on him, he's trying to figure out what this dude is. One thing he does know, the guy's not much of a talker. So while Daredevil tries to de-escalate the situation and try to figure out what the hell is going on, we pick up in the underworld. And Orson goes on to explain that he saw the entire ordeal, everything that went down with Razor Fist and Iron Fist. Of course, referring to the death of Danny Rand. He says for obvious reasons, he was tied up down here. That he tried to bargain, tried to get back to the mortal world and save him, but his sins simply wouldn't allow him to interfere. But maybe Danny Rand will have better luck, because there's a corruption behind the Iron Fist order. He wants Danny's help in tearing it all down. Now at first Danny's like, how are you so sure? How can you be sure that this is actually happening and that you're correct? And he tells him like, come on Danny, us Iron Fists, we are lined up to die for a reason. You've experienced it yourself. And so to fix things, you're gonna have to take down the one who wrote the damn book. As we pick up in Times Square, Danny Rand has made little progress in the last few moments. He doesn't have time to try and explain himself to Daredevil. No time for old acquaintances. He's got to continue down his path. If not, the entire legacy is in threat. Lin Lai, everybody. But being in Times Square, the amount of people that surround him, they're everywhere. The amount of people being possessed becomes dozens. This is where Danny Rand tries to fight his way through. While he's fighting, this is where Daredevil's like, I know that it's you, Danny. I recognize your movements. You're all too familiar style. He tells him that you can't keep going like this. You can't keep fighting like this through the city. Stop, explain, and maybe I can help you. But our undead Iron Fist has no time. This is where he phases. He goes intangible. This is why they refer to him as the Ghost Fist. becoming untouchable. All of the minions, all these possessed individuals, they attack Daredevil. Now Danny, he knows that Daredevil's gonna be alright. He's not possessed like the others, he's a man of faith, and he's definitely a man that can hold his own. But even with Daredevil out of the way, this city is still on fire. You got people in police cruisers trying to chase down Danny Rand. It is absolute chaos. Fiery explosions, people losing their absolute minds. But with Danny landing on his feet, he calls out to Quan. Quan, who sits in the penthouse of Rand Enterprises. He knows Danny Rand is coming. He doesn't care what new power he possesses, whose avatar he has become. Holding the Book of the Iron Fist, Quan says that he will be Danny Rand's end. And that is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely not a bad issue. Now, we didn't get a lot of information on what is really going on here. What we get is a mad dash through New York City, Danny Rand just cracking skulls on his way through. And what I also love is that we get a street level hero. You know, that's one of the big problems with just comics in general. But Marvel Comics, when we're talking about New York City, we have so many heroes in the city, you can't imagine someone like Danny Rand just cracking skulls through Times Square and no hero shows up. At least in this case, we get one hero showing up, and it's the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. And at first, Daredevil didn't necessarily recognize him. Trying to get a bead on him, recognizing that his body signature, everything about him just seemed weird. Didn't even really know what he was. But after observing his fighting style, his movements, he knew very well that that was Danny Rand, no matter how quiet he was being, no matter how hard he tried to hide it. But the bigger thing here is Quan. Now, he was said to be the first Iron Fist before it was retconned to have our Iron Fist of 1 million BC. It appears that something has been left out of the Iron Fist book. Something that Orson Randall has discovered. Something that he found. And this is causing all the Iron Fists to maybe meet their death prior to when they should. Maybe this is powering something else. Maybe this is giving fuel to something else. But more than that, I'm curious on the avatar that we have for our Iron Fist, for Danny Rand. This undead avatar that powers him, that makes him intangible, that gives him this ridiculous chi power. I'm very curious on the source of the power behind this. While this one didn't give us a lot of information, from the drawings to the coloring, the penciling, the artwork itself, all was fantastic. And this almost escape from New York type feel to it. It was a lot of fun, but hoping that the next issue is going to be a lot more informative. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that has been going on with the Undead Iron Fist, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. That's going to get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. This is a lot like Patreon, having multiple different tiers. From $1 to $50, we got all kinds of levels, all kinds of perks, and it really does help the channel out a lot. Now, if you're not able to do that, I fully get it. The free way to help us out is by subscribing to the channel, by liking this video, by hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos we drop, and YouTube has introduced a new hype button. This gives fans control of helping push the video in the algorithm. So if you can do me the favor, hype up the video, let's push these videos, let's make sure that they get seen, let's make our way to 100,000 subscribers. And with that being said, until the next breakdown.